Alright, so boom. If you are watching this, listening to this thing that's going on right now, that means you are tuned in to the King Dullah episode of the Arts Block Podcast. I really do appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Arts Block Podcast. I have a couple of announcements. This is really mainly for the YouTube listeners, but some kind of for the the YouTube viewers, my bad, not the YouTube listeners, but the YouTube viewers, and for like all the actual listeners, it's kind of for you too, kind of not. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm so sorry, but the video file was corrupt. Can I get it back? Yeah, I can. How much money do I have to pay to get it back? Too much money for me to just not want to pay. So yeah, sorry, can't get the video file back. Somewhere in the world, don't know where it is, but yeah. So you'll be just looking at the Arts Block Podcast logo screen for however long this podcast episode is for. I'm so sorry for that. My apologies to you all. Secondly, this episode is a part 1 and a part 2. So if you enjoyed what you heard in part 1 and if you want to hear more in part 2, you have to wait till next week. I will post a part 2. That'll be like that week's episode. Then we're back to our regular scheduled program after that. All right. So again, YouTube family, I'm so sorry. I apologize for the inconvenience. Remember that artists never die. Please enjoy this episode because this is funny as hell. I'll see y'all next week. Peace. No.
Oh shit, I was about to be like, oh shit.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You positive?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, yo. Welcome back to another episode of the Arts.
What's good with it? Oh yeah, that's your part. My bad. Wait, go ahead. Just start over. I'll be quiet this time.
Hey, yo. Hi. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Arts Block Podcast. Can I do my intro?
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready for real this time?
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hey, yo. Welcome back to another episode of the Arts Block Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Curry III. And today, I have the privilege and the honor to be sitting face to face with one of my best friends in the entire world, love him to death, my guy, Mr. Abdullah Muhammad, a.k.a. King Dullah. God damn, nigga! God damn!
I thought you was going to forget.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Can I do it?
All right, one more time.
Can I do it?
Yeah, you got it. My bad.
God damn! I'm not bleeping none of this out too. They're gonna see how much of a dumbass you are.
Okay.
All right.
Bad. My fault.
God damn. All right. Last time. 3, 2, 1. Hey, yo. Welcome back to another episode of the Arts Block Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Curry III. And today I have the privilege and the honor to be sitting right across face to face from one of my best friends in the entire world, loving to death, my guy, Abdullah Muhammad, a.k.a. King Dullah. Everybody give it up for King Dullah. King Dullah 2005, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Hold on, I'm hot. It's hot as hell in here.
I told you to.
My hands sweating. God damn.
I told you to get comfortable, bro. You got that.
All right.
Damn Doctor Strange jacket on. Look like you about to go ahead to solve crime. Okay, first things first. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just happy to be alive.
Can you move closer? All right, go ahead.
I'm doing good, just another day in the neighborhood. Happy to be alive.
I know that's right, man. Bless.
All
right, so before we get into any music or anything that you've been doing, you were on the Shade Room, but why you say oh like that? Like you didn't know. You said oh like it was a surprise.
Yes, I was. I was indeed. Come on, be serious, Eric.
But before, do you know this isn't a serious platform, Abdullah? This is we playing joke on here.
Okay, cool. Oh, bet for real?
Yes.
I don't gotta be serious.
No,
bet. right.
Okay. Before we get into anything that I have listed to talk about here, you walked into my house today, Abdullah, and you had tell the people and
Bro.
show what you brought.
You never know who you're gonna run to. I was on the way and on the road, Benning Road. I was on Benning Road, and then I saw these black dudes in suits and ties, and I'm like, oh, these ain't homeless. These ain't homeless people. So I was actually interested.
So are you saying homeless people can't wear suits and ties?
Yes, I am. So tell me a homeless man you've seen with a suit and tie. What homeless man you ever seen in a suit and tie? At least not no good one. But I gotta finish the story. So I'm on Benning Road, and I run into these brothers, and I'm like, he had an apple pie in his hand and a newspaper. So I'm like, oh man, this is interesting. So I roll my window down, and he's trying to talk to me, but my music was up, so I had to turn it down. And I was like, yeah, how you doing? He was with the Nation of Islam, and I should have known it. You know my name, Abdullah Muhammad, so I know how that goes. I'm like, yeah, nice to meet you. My name's Abdullah Muhammad. And he was like, oh yeah, this is the black news. He gave me a black newspaper that has black news in it, like all black people. So I'm like, okay, bet. Then he gonna ask me for a donation. Then he said, can I get a donation? I would have donated to him because I believe in the cause, but I was like, nah, I don't got anything on me right now.
Did you really not have anything?
I mean, technically, no. Like, I didn't have no cash. Like,
Okay.
I ain't had no, like, I had, like, on my card.
Oh, no,
that's
what I mean.
You got Cash App?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't about to do all that. So, yeah, he gave me a newspaper, and I was telling him my name. I was like, my name's Abdullah Razik Muhammad. That means server of right, servant of God. It actually means slave to God in the Urban Dictionary, but I don't like saying slave to God. So I said server of God. And then Razik means brave one. But then, then the light turned green, so then I had to go.
So tell us why you were so astonished by your findings.
Because it's just like good to see, because something I was taught growing up was that African Americans, we have a psychological dependency on white people. Meaning no matter what we do, we feel like we have to please them to get any career path we want, which isn't the case. And I was taught like to fix that, we have to just start everything our own. Because if you think about it, we buy from white people, we buy their clothes, we buy their food, we buy their video games, we watch their TV, but none of it's ours. So I think it really starts with like starting our own everything. So like that was good to see. In that newspaper, I was seeing that.
So I just wanted to get that off, ladies and gentlemen, because when I seen him, he was so ecstatic when he walked into my house. He was like, Eric, I just seen the Nation of Islam on Benning Road. They gave me a newspaper. This is the happiest I seen this nigga in like weeks. Like this nigga was cheesing ear to ear at the door holding a newspaper. At first I thought this nigga was a Jehovah's Witness. I got scared. I was like, who the fuck? Alright. But getting into all the things. So Abdullah, since the last time we've talked, that was sophomore year of high school. I know a lot has happened since then.
Yeah.
So give us like Abdullah, give us a small rundown.
A small rundown.
Abdullah,
it's a lot though.
Abdullah, we have
a lot of time.
We have more stuff that deeper things that we need to get into.
She's like a cat. It's about to be 2-hour interview.
This is not about to be.
Okay. Okay. All right, okay.
Hey, go ahead, lock in.
So, sophomore year till now. So, sophomore year, COVID. So, I was just going through it with COVID. But what I loved about COVID was it allowed me to, like, search within myself, seeing what I really liked and, like, what I really wanted to do. Like, I always know I wanted to sing and act, but it gave me more time to, like, hone in on my craft by myself. Junior year was cool. I wasn't really focused junior year.
Whoa!
What? You was there with me.
Whoa!
you was there with me.
You're just gonna say that freely on here?
Yeah, you said this was this was like a good platform. You said I didn't have to be serious.
That's a good point.
So
all right, go ahead.
So yeah, and like, but through it, I still stay focused. Like we got into 12 Angry Jurors. Well, you got in. I was understudy, but it was still fun.
You still got in. Don't do that. You still got in.
Yeah, I got in, but it just like it was a good experience because I had to learn a lot of lines. So it made me appreciate like the smaller parts. Then senior year came. Senior year, I had a great year. Well, first it starts off junior going into sophomore year, cause I like never wanted to go to college like at all.
Junior going into senior year, you mean?
What did I say?
Junior going into sophomore year.
I did. Oh, junior going into senior year. I never wanted to go to college, but I was singing and stuff, and our teacher Miss Calhoun told me about Berkeley, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out. So my mom, we signed up for a summer intensive in Los Angeles. So I went out to LA. It was a songwriting summer intensive. Now, Eric, I was the only nigga there, the only black boy.
Why are you saying Eric? I know the story. They don't.
Oh yeah, I was the only black boy. So I'm like, okay, I gotta be on my P's and Q's. I can't be acting niggerly. I gotta be like an upstanding citizen. So I just decided to be myself. And at the end of each day, they had an open mic for the songs that the songwriters had written, because it's a songwriting intensive. I went up every day. I went up and sang. I sang "You Were Mine" before it was out. I sang "Pain Never Goes." I sang a song, unreleased stuff that I had. Time Waits for No Man. It's a new one I got coming out now that I sang. And when I sung that one, it was on a Thursday. I got approached by the chair of the songwriting department, and she was like, "Hey, do you make your own beats and do you do all this yourself?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she almost couldn't believe me. And I'm like, "Well, I ain't lying to you." That's what I told her. And then she was like, "Where are you from?" I said, "Washington, D.C. I go to Duke Ellington." She's like, "Oh." So she thought because I went to Duke, I had like all this knowledge in music. But I was in theater. So I was like, no. I can't read. I can't write a massa. I can't read a massa. I can't do none of that. I just got a good ear. I didn't say massa. I added that in there. But I told her that. Now on Friday, the last day, the assignment for the whole week was we had to collaborate with 2 other people, and we had to create a whole song. So we created a song, and that song was Heat Baby. It's out on all platforms if you want to listen to it. I sang that song live on the last day, and the last day I ended up getting a scholarship to their song. What's it called? Aspire program. It's an intensive. Now, I knew I was getting it, but they told me to act surprised, because they told me the day of that I was getting the scholarship. But they was like, still act surprised when you go up. So I was like, okay. And they called me and I was like, oh my goodness. I'm an actor. I was like, oh my God. Shed a little tear. I was like, man. So I like
to thank my mom. First and foremost, I gotta thank God.
Oh God. I got the scholarship. Then at the end of that, it was these bunch of white men in suits, and they approached me. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to get in the CIA, but I can't even fight. Well, I can't fight. But I was like, I'm not CIA material, but they worked for Berkeley, and they said they considered that my audition, and they wanted to do the last step of the audition process and interview me. So I didn't have to do any of the sight reading, all this stuff I said I couldn't do. That was God on my side. So this was it felt like divine purpose. So I ended up getting into Berkeley full tuition scholarship in September. So when I got the scholarship, I'm like, oh, I'm not applying to any other school. So, senior year was a breeze for me. Yeah. I just did my best, honed it on my craft. We did our senior showcase. That went well. Yep. We then went on to do our spring play. And then we went on to do our senior project. And this was the pivotal moment, I say, in like my artistic life.
Wait, hold on. So we went into senior projects, right?
Right.
I remember going into senior projects. You kept saying that you didn't have a clear idea of what you wanted to do. It kept being like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Then you was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Yeah. Then you was like, oh, I'm gonna do that. So how did you end up getting to the theme of, well, first things first, what is the theme of your project? Secondly, how did you end up deciding that will be the theme?
Yeah. The theme of the project, well, it was called Exposition, and it was about the exposition of men's anger. We always talk about how men explode, how we get angry, but we never talk about where it stems from. So that was the thing. And the issue I had was I kept wanting to be different. Like I was like, I don't want to do it if it's been done before. That's my issue. I'm always trying to do things that are different, that haven't been done before. So what I started doing, I just started winging it. And that was scary because everybody in our class, they already had an idea. They had been practicing or they've been writing their scripts
for a long time, the beginning of the year, yeah.
Or even before, like junior year. But I'm like last minute, so I'm like, oh shoot, what am I going to do? So what I ended up doing was I didn't want to write a script. I didn't want to write a script, but I had the idea and the theme I wanted to do. So what I did was I casted all the actors for it, and instead of writing the script, I just had like a conversation with them. You know, a teacher of ours, Mr. Ruffin, used to say, theater isn't therapy, but it could be therapeutic. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have the therapy now, so then the result can be therapeutic. That's what I told myself. So I sat in the room and I asked them questions about anger and like where it stems from, and have they ever found themselves getting angry and they couldn't control it. And as I was asking these questions, I saw like, I think it was 4 things within all of them. It was probably more. I realized that where it stems from was loss, time, power, and pain. And when I realized that, I was like, wow. So then what I did was, instead of me writing it, I gave those 4 topics to each one of them singularly. That's how I saw it in them. And I told them to write a monologue about it. Now, they came back with the monologues. I had them practice the monologues and everything. And I was like, this is really good. And they were real excited because they wrote these monologues and they were ready. And then last minute, I said no. I felt like it was too easy for them to go up and do their monologue. I felt like it would be therapy if they go up and do something they've written. So I said no. You give him your monologue. You give him your monologue. You give him your monologue. So I switched them up, and they were mad at first. They was like, "What? Oh, I don't want to do this monologue. I wrote this one." And like they didn't want to give over their thing. I'm like, that's how it's gonna be. So they end up giving over, and where I came in was bringing it together, bringing the story together. What I did was I incorporated song that fit the theme of each topic: loss, power, pain, and time. And each song, I use that as a transition, and that goes into what my new album's going to be like. Because this was the blueprint of how I'm about to start making my art, incorporating theater and song, but not musical theater.
So your senior project is done, right?
Yeah.
You post a clip of you singing, because one of the songs that you used as a transition song was "Miss You."
Teddy Pendergrass and Melvin and the Blue Notes.
So you took that song that you were singing and you posted it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Right? It ended up blowing up. What was your thought process when you seen that your TikTok was doing numbers like that?
I was like, damn. No, literally, I got out of the shower and my sister was like, Dullah, you're going viral. I was like, huh? And it was only at like, when she said I was going viral, it was at like 70K. So in my mind, I thought that was viral. And then I looked it up, and viral said it has to be 500K or more. And I was like, no, Lele, it's not viral. I'm not going viral. But what I realized when I posted that video, it made me realize, because, you know, before that I was posting so much content. I was being real consistent on the content. Yeah. But what I realized, I think that one went viral because people connected with it. Versus all the other stuff I was making, it was more so to post it. I was making it, even though I connected with it, I was making it to put it out there, be consistent. That was my goal in mind. Versus this, it was a whole complete idea, a whole project. And when I released it, even though it was a snippet, it made them want to see the whole story. Yeah. I think that's what went through my mind.
So after senior project, the Shade Room reached out to you. They ended up getting a hold of the video. Yeah. They ended up posting on the Shade Room. Tell us about the effect that the Shade Room posting "Miss You" on their platform. What type of effect did that have on you and your platform afterwards?
It had a great effect. I think it made me able to, as artists, we always ask ourselves, what's our target audience? And we always say, I want it to be everybody. I want everybody to hear my music. Yeah. But when they released it, what I realized was moms were really clicking with it. Like aunties, like, go ahead, nephew. Yeah, you better sing, son. But then what I realized was those moms were sending it to their kids that are our age. Yeah. And because I think it was good, the kids were like, wow, this is good too. So it gave parents and their kids something to connect to. Because usually, you know how your mom sends you a video, and you're like, bro, this is not even funny. Yeah. But when they sent it to like their kids, it almost seemed like they both connected with it. And then every time I get approached, they be like, get my mom be sending me your TikToks. Get my mom. And it's not like in a corny way. It ain't like, oh my God, my mom sending me. It's like, I like them. My mom sending me your TikToks. So that just made me realize, like, I was able to reach 2 generations like that. And then what all started happening was, because moms are sending them the TikToks, and the kids like it. Some of the kids start listening to my music, and when kids start listening to my music, because I like making music that's clean, I don't like to use profanity. Then if you go to a cookout or something, then moms are like, "Oh, I remember that kid on TikTok."
Yeah.
The kids like that kid on TikTok. They play the music now because I feel like people say I have an older soul, like an old spirit in my music. Now the older people, the old generation, they start listening to it.
Yeah.
Then I started getting older people reaching out, and then another good thing that helped was American Idol and America's Got Talent ended up reaching out from the Shade Room.
So, not get. I can't do this. I can't do this. Not getting too deep into your experience because I know you can't because you signed papers and NDAs and stuff of that nature. But how was that experience going on American? Not getting too much into detail, Abdullah. Yeah, but how was that experience of doing American Idol, right?
Yeah, I ended up choosing American Idol.
Yeah.
Well, initially when they both reached out, I wanted to go with America's Got Talent because the lady that reached out was a Berkeley alumni. So I was like, that's a connection right there. But then the lady from American Idol was saying how it's a better reach because I'm a singer versus America's Got Talent. I'll be going up against
They be doing a whole bunch
circus
of
acts and comedic everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I went with American Idol, and it was a great experience. I had a great experience with it. I got to meet Lionel Richie, one of my idols.
That's good.
I got to meet Katy Perry, and I didn't know who Luke Bryan was, but I got to meet Luke Bryan. Now
You learned who he was.
yeah, I learned who he was. Now I didn't end up getting passed around, but I got a yes from Lionel Richie, and they gave me very great advice on how I could better myself as an artist.
That's good as that advice that, because I know often as artists we can receive advice, but in the back of our mind it's like something that either we already know or something that like, all right, that's something I've already been applying, this and the third. However, was this new advice that like something you've never heard, something that you can actually take in?
Yeah, some of it was, and some of it was like something I knew in myself, but it gave me clarification.
Got you.
So like he was telling like how I have very great potential, and if I go back and work a little harder, I'm going to be something, and that meant a lot to me. So it gave me clarification. Like it wasn't like a no, and it was a no technically, but you know how it is in this world.
In show business,
show business, you get no's, no,
Yeah.
then you get a yes, then no, then a yes, so on, so on. So that just made me like real conscious about what I'm gonna do to better myself as an artist.
So now we're at this point. We have reached the point of, well, this nigga's finna burn the house down. Now we've reached this point of you are in college. You are going to Berkeley School of Music. Shout out my boy Cyrus, who also
Cyrus
goes to Berkeley School of Music. Shout out my boy. But yeah, now you're in this space full of artists, full of creators, full of people that do what you do. So, how was that experience? Just coming there and being present and just learning like how the Berkeley way and all of that stuff.
Man, it's great because you know how I said I couldn't read, write any of that with music. I'm starting to learn that stuff, and it's really like making me. I feel I'm about to be it's making me a better artist because it's making me more intentional with what I'm making versus before. I'm real creative and I just make it, which is fine too. But when you have that technique behind it, it allows you to be more intentional. And it's just great being around a bunch of great artists that are better than me.
Yeah.
That are better.
Yeah.
And people think that's a bad thing, but no, that's a good thing because it gives me something to strive for.
It makes you better.
It makes me better, literally. Now, like within myself, I'm always in competition with myself, trying to be the best I can be. So seeing these people, it's like, oh, that means I could be a better me.
Yeah.
That's what it helps me with. And like I'm just surrounded by great faculty, people that work with Beyonce, Janet Jackson, just like people that are in the industry doing it right now. It's been a great experience so far.
What's the hardest part about, not even about just going to the school in general, but adjusting from having to leave the comfort of home to going to a maybe an uncomfortable. I don't want to speak for you, but maybe an uncomfortable situation in Boston. Not saying uncomfortable as in like you don't feel welcome, but like you're away from home, you're away from your parents, you're away from you're leaving everything that you know.
Yeah.
Now you're coming to a whole new area. So how was that experience?
Well, the hardest challenge is just waking up and asking myself, what am I gonna eat today?
That's real. That's real. Hey, boy, that's real.
Because PWI college caf is.
Tell me about it.
It ain't it.
Do they be seasoning y'all food?
They do, but not enough.
They don't be seasoning our food.
It's like I could tell it's seasoned in it, but it's like not enough.
Man.
Like they can. It looks like they can cook, but cooking for a bulk and just cooking is two different things.
Yeah,
that's what they don't get.
Cause you have to cater to.
And then what makes me mad is like they be having Spanish taco day. They be having Greek food day. They be having Indian food day. They be having every day but soul food. But then I thought about it and I was like, do I really want them cooking soul food? Because that might make me even more mad. So like at first I was like, I might petition, be like, they need to make some soul food. But then I was like, nah, because I don't want them making the soul food. And the worst part is, it's black people in the kitchen.
It's black people in my kitchen.
But they're like Haitian and they're not like.
No
soul food. African
my kitchen has niggas. It's niggas. Abdullah, there's not even no paprika for color in there. Because paprika don't taste like nothing.
Kill.
It's just for no paprika for color in that motherfucker.
Yeah. And this sounds bad. Like I never liked hot sauce like that for real.
Yeah.
Because my family can cook. It don't be
ain't no need
hot sauce.
for hot sauce.
Like of course hot sauce is like, yeah, they say black people love hot sauce, but I really don't be needing to use it. Man, Eric up there, they have like 4 different brands. I have a chronological order of which one I'm going to use if the other one's not there. Like if this one ain't there, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use this is second in line.
What's your hot sauce ranking,
bro? It's the it's like a red one with the red label. That's my red hot.
Oh yeah,
that one's second. The number 1 for me is I forgot it. I don't know the name. I forgot the name, but it's like an order. I know what they look like, and like every now and again, the worst one is this one that has like lemon in it or like some lime juice in it. I'm like, where the hell y'all get hot sauce with lime juice in it? That shit is nasty. But one time I had to use it because I'd rather use that lime juice to eat that unseasoned food. But
and lime can bring out the flavors, the natural flavors of the food.
For real.
So it's not that bad. But yeah, nah, they cannot cook at the PW.
Why you got a record player? Where the records at?
They right here.
Oh, what records you got?
I have a lot. Well, I don't have a lot. I have like 9, 10. I have Tyler the Creator. This is one of the new ones I got. I got Outkast.
Okay.
Have Kanye.
Okay.
Got Michael Jackson.
That's the one. Was it expensive?
Nah.
It wasn't?
It was like $23.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nah. I got Biggie. I got Kendrick. I got another Kendrick.
Okay.
I got a Cole. And I got another Kanye.
You gotta get you some Whitney Houston and Luther Vandross.
Abdullah, I promise you, I love Whitney and Luther. I promise you they will not be getting no playtime.
What about Babyface?
I'll get a Babyface record.
Why Whitney ain't getting no playtime? Do you know who Whitney Houston is?
I do.
She is the voice.
Nigga, I know.
And you know who Luther is? He probably made you.
He probably did.
He probably made you.
I'm not gonna lie. Luther probably did make me. I'm not even gonna lie. He probably did. But yeah, we love Luther and we love Whitney. However, I know for a fact they're not getting no playtime.
Yeah.
But back to it. So now, what do you have going on now? Like currently, King Dullah today in present time. Like right now.
I'm gearing up to release my first album.
Hey!
It's either gonna be out in April or May.
Okay.
Might be May.
Okay, tell us about it. Give us a little bit of detail, a little bit of what is there to expect from King Dullah. I know you have a lot of, I know, but they might not know. You have a lot of different sounds. You have a lot of different sounds that you try to play with, try to use. So give us some detail, man. Let us know something.
So this song is going to have 10 tracks, but only 5 of the tracks are songs.
Oh, snap. So what's the other 5?
Monologues.
Oh. Don't look at me like
Monologues.
that. Don't look at me like that and say that.
Monologues.
So I'm not laughing at the idea. I'm laughing at how you're saying the idea to me.
I know I'm a funny person. I know I get told. I don't really think I'm that funny. People tell. I don't really think.
No, you're funny.
No, I'm just me. You know, and if that's funny, so be it. But what else? What I'm doing unique about this project? Well, it's my first album, so that's unique in itself.
And congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
Anyway, like even though it's not released yet, that's like just that in itself
you know
is
why
huge.
it's taking so long? I've been working on this album for almost 3 years.
Really?
Well, 4 years since freshman year, because I've been trying to release albums since freshman year, but I just never felt that I had a complete idea, and I didn't want to release anything that wasn't complete.
Right.
One of the songs on the album I recorded freshman year, so you're gonna get to hear freshman year me, Abdullah now. It's really cool. The album's called Music Means to Me, and it's just about what music means to me, and the theme of my project is, before you're able to love somebody, you must learn to love yourself. Like, you have to become the right person before you find the right person. That whole ordeal. Now, what I'm doing is I'm taking songs and monologues and dance, and I'm telling a story. I'm gonna have interpretive dance in it. It's gonna have hip hop, ballet, modern, and African.
Now I have a question.
Yeah, shoot.
If I'm listening to the album, how am I going to see the dances, Abdullah?
It's gonna be a video with the album.
Hey!
But hold on, it's not just any video. This music video is gonna have all the songs in the album and the monologues are going to kind of like lead the story and connect the songs together.
Oh snap! It's gonna be like a movie.
Almost like a short film, because it's gonna be about 30 minutes. Someone that did this similar. You ever seen Janelle Monáe?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, she did something like that. But mine isn't gonna be seen like. Like, it's not gonna be driven by scene. It's gonna be driven by monologue and interpretive dance. So it's gonna be dance numbers that tell the story and monologue that tells the story.
So what about this project are you most excited for, and what songs off this project are you most excited for people to hear?
Man, I'm excited for y'all to hear Red. I know the ones that probably gonna like sell the best are gonna be one called I Love Hard and Trying to Resist You. But the ones I personally like are Red and Not Easy, because that I played around with like real different sounds. Like Red has African drums in it, but it has a funky beat. So it starts off with funk, but then it goes into like African drums. And in Red, remember Animal Farm?
Yeah.
Hey Lord, time drawn nigh. I put that in there.
Oh, for real?
And I even asked Ms. Yusa. She's like, it's free domain, so like I could do it.
It is.
So I put it in there, and I hope people listen to him like, what is he saying? You know how people hear Mama say, and they like, what is he saying? I hope when they hear it, like, what is he saying? So it makes them want to listen to it. And something else I'm excited about, I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, pre-save it. If you love my music, pre-save it. If you don't love my music, pre-save it so you could talk trash about it. Because like, if you don't like it, please, like, here's another thing. If you don't like something, I want y'all in the comments. Like, people don't say this, but I want y'all in the comments talking trash about it. Like, look at his hairline. Look at his shoes. Why he dressed like that? Why he got that? I don't even know what this is. I had this made. Why he got that on? But like, I want them to say these things, because if anything, it lets me know you care about me. You know? And yeah, it closes out what music means to me. And a fun fact I know about that song is I recorded that freshman year. So I'm closing the album with a song I recorded as a freshman.
You must, like, to have that level of, I don't want to say I don't care, but that level of like, listen, man, if you're hating on me, you know, that must mean I'm doing something right. That level of confidence.
But it's not really that for me. It's more of a, like, my music is for everybody, even the ones that don't like me.
Got you.
You know, because like everybody can connect to it in some way. Like you was on a recent one of your videos. You said music is subjective, which is true. So like, if you don't like it, that's great. My sole intent was for you to feel something. Got you. And as long as you're feeling something, that's okay with me. I won.
Got you. That's a real good way to look at it. Do you think more artists should look at their art in that type of way instead of looking at it in a way of, damn, I didn't get the same amount of views that such and such got, or I didn't get the same amount of streams that such and such got?
Absolutely, because when going into making art, a lot of people, like, they make it for people. And I know I'm not saying I make it for myself, like, it's for people, but you have to have a mindset of, like, if it's for them, they like it. It can't be like you want them to like it. It can't be that specific. That's why I try to tell myself, like, you have to be specific in what you're doing and intentional, but not too specific. Because the more specific you get, then you're gonna die from not getting that result of what you put out. Yeah, basically.
So we've talked about the art. I wanna, before we get on out of here, I do want to touch briefly on just life for King Dullah, how, like, just life has been for you in these past couple of years since the last time the pod has seen you. I mean, I've been there, so I know.
Man, LOA.
No.
Okay, my bad, I won't.
Stop.
Okay.
All right. Tell us about, like, just anything. Tell us about friendships. I know you be reluctant to talk about relationships, but if you feel comfortable, you can do that as well. But tell us about friendships, relationships, hardships. Just how has life been for King Dullah?
Man, it's been life. I'm not gonna say it's been good, but I'm not gonna say it's been bad. You know, I truly believe that life is about balance. And it's about the more good that comes your way, the bad's gonna come with it. And when bad comes your way, good's gonna come with it. So a lot of bad has come my way, but then a lot of good came in return to balance it out.
That's true.
So when more good comes, then I'm like, oh shit, I know some bad is coming. But, you know, that's okay, because that's what life's about. It's just like going through the process. Relationships, man, these girls. Fun fact, a lot of the songs on the album, you might think it's about certain girls, and some of them are, but a lot of songs are me just telling a story, and me stepping outside of myself and telling a different story. So, girls, I don't got no girlfriends right now. The last girl I was with, that didn't end well. You know how that ended up. Well, it's been a few.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm looking like this.
Yeah. Like, who was the last one?
I don't. Nick, it's you. I don't know.
Anyway, now I'm just focusing on me, and you know that's been kind of hard, because I don't want to say I've been cutting people off, but what I've been realizing is to get to where I want to go. I have to start being by myself, and that can be scary in itself, because, like, you're alone half the time. And then, like, I get my mom saying, I've been back for break, and my mom saying, like, you need to hang out with family and stuff. And I try, but it's just so much that I want for me. So when I get there later in life, then I could pull y'all up with me. Yeah. But I can't do that if I keep hanging out with family all the time. Yeah. So that's been a challenge in itself. But, you know, it gets better.
Last thing I want to do is give a shout out to our other friends who have been very helpful in my process, and I will say in your process as well. Shout out to Sana, Anai, Lene, Big Mick, Raina, all the gang out there who's been very influential to our processes. We appreciate you. We love you. And all the people that we did not name, Bailey, we love you as well.
You said it was open mic.
You're about to get me in. I should have never told you that.
Bro, it's gonna run your views up though. So nobody know her. Ain't nobody know who she is. Never mind.
Okay. Anyway, so last question before we get on out of here. Well, last question before we do Dead or Alive and we get on out of here. Abdullah, well, not really a question, but just something I want to say to you, just as you being my friend. I would just want to thank you for all that you've done for me throughout these past 4 years of us knowing each other.
And thank you too.
And beyond.
Thank you to you, Eric.
No, because this is my nigga. Let me do this.
Okay.
Please.
All right.
Please.
Okay.
Can I go?
Yep.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. And you just being there. You've been an ear for me to listen. Anytime I've had any trouble, out of literally everybody, you have been staying 10 toes, stuck by my side, good, bad, ugly, ups, downs. When everybody hated me, you stayed. Everybody loved me, you was there. And I just really do appreciate you. I don't know if I tell you that enough, how much you mean to me, how much I really do appreciate you, your love, your support. Even now on this like content creation journey that I'm on right now,
what you doing, man?
You've been really supportive on that. So I really do appreciate you, my brother. I gotta just let you know that before we go on out of here. Give you your flowers right now while we're here. So thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you. But yeah, this is going to lead us into Dead or Alive. So if this is your first time listening to the Arts Block Podcast, hello. If this is your last time listening to the Arts Block Podcast, well, goodbye. But Dead or Alive is a segment on the podcast where either me or the guest gets to choose artists that they would like to work with that is dead or alive. Now, you can choose one artist. You can choose 100 artists. Please do whatever you want because I'm not editing this podcast. I just remembered I'm not editing this. So yeah, artists that you would like to work with, dead or alive. You can't use Michael, Whitney, or Luther.
Why not?
Because you already used those in the last episode. You already used those in the last episode of Dullah. No.
Well, can I use one of them?
No.
Please, Eric.
Be creative.
Fine. I want to work with Babyface.
Okay.
I want to work with Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, and Luther. I want to work with. I actually want to work with Kanye.
You want to work with Kanye?
Real bad, like, bro. My favorite artist right now is Kanye.
Get the fuck out of here!
I'm serious.
Swear to God.
Not just as an artist. Please don't hate me for this, but as a person, because he keep it real.
He keep it 100.
He keep it real.
I will never waver on my love for Kanye.
You can say what you want about him, but at least he honest and he ain't lying in our face like a lot of these celebrities.
I'm about to get another Kanye album.
Who else I want to work with? I want to work with Mariah Carey one day. I want to work with Bruno Mars.
Ooh, that would be good.
I want to work with Beyonce, Denzel Washington. Now I'm going into actors. I want to work with Taraji. I want to work with Viola. I want to work.
Speaking of Taraji, not to cut you off, pay that lady what she's worth.
Right, pay her.
Pay that lady what she's worth.
That's a whole nother topic.
That is a whole nother thing. Go ahead.
Make me bad.
All right.
I want to work with who's about to say? Oh, I want to work with Chad. Well, I would want to work with Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan. The list goes on and on and on. Who I want to work with. It's a lot of people.
Shout out to all those people dead and alive, and rest in peace to all the dead folk that he named. Abdullah, before we get off of here, is there anything that you would like to tell a young aspiring artist that is listening to this podcast right now?
I would just say search within yourself to find who you are as an artist.
You know what? I thought you was gonna say something ignorant.
Don't people please. Don't make music for other people. I get things trending. You want to catch the wave, but be different. Be different. And last thing, I'm gonna sing y'all a snippet of my song Red.
Okay.
Got me red, loving you, hating you, holding you red. I would give my all for you. Red, words can't describe what I feel inside. Only you got me red. Yeah.
Would you be mad if I cut that out?
No, because I fucked up. Let me do it one time. No. Speak in the middle of the note.
Thank you so much, Abdullah, for coming on to the Arts Ball Podcast. We love having you. You are always welcome. to come on. And thank you to everyone listening to the Arts Block podcast. Guys, numbers have been going up. And I really appreciate you guys listening and sharing the podcast.
Really,
if you really like it,
absolutely
share it.
Share it.
If you really like the podcast,
if you know it, if you don't like it, share it. So you can talk shit about it. If you love it, share it. So you can talk about it.
Thank you. Yeah. If you listen in on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any podcast platform that you choose, make sure you give this a 5-star and a review. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Eric Curry III. Make sure you follow the podcast at Arts Block Podcast. King Dullah, tell them your Instagram, please.
King Dullah Music.
Also, tell them your TikTok.
King._Dullah.
You had to think about that.
Yeah, I had to think about that.
It's okay.
I only made that because I tried to use King Dullah, but it was taken. I hate when that happens. Like, for the King Dullah out there that's using my username, change your name because that's too complicated. How am I going to tell people to add me on TikTok? Oh, it's King._Dullah. That's too much to remember. First of all, they probably don't even know how to spell Dullah. But okay, yeah, let me stop.
Make sure you follow me on TikTok, same as the Instagram.
And y'all get in his comments and tell him to get a Whitney Houston record and a Luther record. And another, you can't just have Thriller. Like, I get it's Thriller, but you need another Michael record.
I know that was the first
Bad,
one. Nah, I want to get off the wall.
Yeah, off the wall.
Yeah, I want to get off the wall, but that was the only one I saw.
One last thing, make sure y'all stay tuned. I'm playing Michael Jackson and the Michael Jackson.
Yes,
at Berkeley, and I'm playing one of the leads, and I'm doing "You Rock My World."
Don't say one of the leads.
I am.
You're playing the lead.
No,
You're playing Michael.
It's 5 leads.
Fuck them. You're playing Michael.
Don't listen to him. They're all great. I'm learning from them, Eric.
Okay.
They all great. Like, them bros can sing, Eric. Okay. But yeah.
Shout out to y'all. I didn't mean that. This is just my friend. Got to support him. So, my bad. I didn't mean that. Right. But, yeah. So, congratulations on that as well. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's a bad journalistic job on my end.
Bro, and y'all sleeping on this newspaper, but I really encourage people.
Follow me on TikTok too at Eric Curry III, ERICCURRYIII, the same as the Instagram. Yes, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Remember that artists never die. Make sure.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. Abdullah.
They do die.
Michael Jackson's dead, but we're still talking about Michael Jackson.
Is he dead?
But in the sense of we still talk about the artist, that's how they don't die.
But that's the scary part. When you think about it, I feel like anybody in history, eventually, we're all forgotten. And that's the scary thing about life. Think about it. All those people in like the 1800s, it's probably like people that were famous in their day. They was probably the biggest they were, but we don't know about them. And like we could do our history about them, but eventually all names die. That's why I just want to like leave a legacy. You know?
Beethoven and Mozart, nigga. We still talk about them niggas.
Bro, okay, but I bet you 1,000 years from now, no one's gonna know who they are. Cause how you know King Tut's name is King Tut? His name probably not King Tut. First of all, they had a whole nother language. The T wasn't invented to like after Jesus died. You know, Jesus, the letter J didn't get created till later, so his name wasn't actually Jesus.
It's Yahweh.
Yahweh. They say that, but how the hell do we know what his actual name is? First, and the nigga was not white and blue eyes, but he was a black nigga.
Yeah.
That's another topic for another day. Man, it's not over yet. We gotta talk about more stuff, Eric. It's more to talk about, Eric.
Dullah, all right. What do you want to talk about? Because